The number one most common regret of folks who were on their deathbed was this.
Finding your path is very simple. I'm going to break it down in this video.
Every pursuit, no matter how glamorous it may seem, no matter how exciting it feels to you, no matter how much you feel like you were born to do it, comes with a sandwich.
Rise and shine!
It's Entspresso time!
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I am not a morning person, but when you start your day with an inspiring morning routine that gets you going, like maybe watch one of these videos, it will change your life. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee, know that I believe in you, and get ready for a shot of Entspresso from Marie Forleo.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso, keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Bronnie was a palliative nurse who sat by the bedsides of the terminally ill for years, and she discovered that the number one most common regret of folks who were on their deathbed was this. I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. I gotta tell you, every time I read that or say it, it gets me in the gut. It's one of those truths that I think is worth revisiting to make sure that we're really living the life that we want to live, not the life others expect of us. So the cue I want you to aid today actually has 3 parts. Part number 1, what's one thing you're doing right now, not because it's true for you, but because you feel it's expected from you? Part number 2, what's one courageous change you'd like to make to be more true to yourself? And part number 3, what's the first action step you can take now? Now, don't just think about this in your head. I want you to leave a short comment below because it will help you actually make that change happen. Promise.
Finding your path is not that difficult. It doesn't have to be that hard. You don't have to meditate for 8 years or go on some spiritual retreat. You don't have to sit on top of a mountain for years. Finding your path is very simple. I'm going to break it down in this video. It starts with you figuring out your why. Your why is your purpose, and your purpose comes from your pain. Your path is to serve. So I wrote a book, Built to Serve, and in that book, I wrote it because the number one question that I would get asked constantly whenever I spoke or did events was, how do I find my purpose? How do I find my passion? How do I find my path? Some version of that. It's like, okay, this is not that difficult a question. One is understand that you are built to serve. You want to help. That's why the book is called Built to Serve. You want to help. You want to serve. If you are not serving, it means you're not going to be happy, right? If you're not happy, it's because you're not serving. You want to serve. Think about the last time you felt really down, low. Maybe it's today. And if it's today, I feel for you and we can get out of this together. Think about the last time that you were in a low mood. Were you serving anybody? Were you helping anybody? Did you feel like you were going to make something today that mattered to somebody, that meant something to somebody, that was going to make a difference to somebody? No. You cannot be serving and feeling like your work is meaningful and feel sad and depressed at the same time. It's literally hardwired into you. It hits the same part of your brain as having food and having sex. You want to serve. You want to help. So already there is massive awareness for a lot of people. Just that one shift to know whenever I'm sad or down or low, all I have to do is help somebody. All I have to do is reach out. It could be as simple as leaving a comment on somebody's video. It could be as simple as sending a message to a friend, hugging a colleague. Like, it doesn't have to be some giant act, right? Some big thing that takes years of preparation, or throwing a giant surprise party for somebody. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It could be a little thing. Focus on service will immediately reduce anxiety, reduce your stress, and reduce the lack of self-love that you're feeling. Okay, so that's service. Great, but how do I serve? Whom do I serve? Well, that comes back to your why. Your why is your purpose. Your purpose comes from your pain. The people who you'll love helping for the rest of your life are the people who currently are who you used to be. Think about who you used to be. Think about what you used to struggle with, the demons that you were fighting, the hole that you were in. You are much better now than who you used to be. Think about your most painful moment. Not physical pain of breaking, I broke my neck in 2 spots. That was my most physical pain. But not that. Emotional pain. When did you feel the most worthless? When did you feel the most worthless as a human being? When was that for you? And then recognize that there are millions of people right now who are struggling with the same thing. They feel worthless. They feel the same worthlessness that you felt. They're struggling with the exact same thing that you struggled with. Right now, they're in the depths of it. You've come out. You're not where you want to be. You still got a lot of growth left. You still want to improve. You still want to do a lot more, but you're way better off compared to who you used to be. And sometimes it helps to just think about who you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or maybe you already know the moment in your life that was the worst for you. There are millions of people who are suffering with that same thing right now. Your path is to help them. Your path is to show them hope. Your path is to give them the strategies to get out. Because a lot of them, they're so low, they're so negative, they're so hopeless that they won't listen to an Evan Carmichael or Marie Forleo or Tony Robbins. Former you didn't want to listen to an Evan Carmichael? That guy, I don't want to listen to that guy. Motivational self-help BS. He doesn't understand me. But you know what? They'll listen to you. They'll listen to you because you are one of them. Because you know exactly what they're dealing with, exactly what they're going through, and exactly how to get out of it. Because you tried a million different things. How many things did you try to get out of the hole that you were in? How many things? How many times did you try? How many times did you get up and fail and get back up and fail and then try a new thing that was supposed to be the answer and then fail, didn't work again and almost give up and almost give up and almost give up. And then you finally found something, one thing that maybe didn't even seem like a big thing, and it worked. Like, holy cow, this is working. I'm getting momentum. I'm starting to change and starting to see results. And now you're here. Congratulations. You made it. You are an impossibility, right? You being here is impossible to former you. You 10 years ago looked to where you are right now. It's like, that's not possible. I won't be there. I can't do that. It's an impossibility. But you did it. And so that's your job, is to go back and show all the people who currently are who you used to be that it is possible, that they can do it, that you're just like them, that you were them, that you might have struggled, suffered, struffled. Is that the combination? Struggled and suffered is struffled? You struffled. Worse than them. Worse than them. And yet here you are. You made it. Helping somebody who currently is who you used to be, that's the game. That's the juice. That'll fill you up for the rest of your life. We know we love to serve, so I'm here at a Costco, right? I mean, Nina's shopping inside, doing some weekly errands, and if I were to hold the door for somebody or help them push the cart or unload their groceries, I feel great in the moment. It's a good little act of kindness, and that's great. That's an easy way to lift yourself out of whatever low spirits you're in. But when you feel like you're helping somebody solve something major, you see yourself in somebody, and you know exactly what they're struggling with and how it makes them feel about themselves, the lack of self-confidence, self-love, self-belief that they have, and then you feel yourself talking to them, and you know for the first time maybe ever, their eyes light up and they see, holy cow, maybe it is possible. This person believes in me. You believe in them. You see their eyes light up. That is a feeling that you will love for the rest of your life. That's a feeling that you want to have in your life for the rest of your life. You want to wake up every day and feel like today is going to matter to somebody, that you're going to create something that's going to maybe not touch the world today, but it's going to touch somebody. That what you make today is going to have an impact on somebody. That's the path. That's your path. So your purpose comes from your pain. You understand that, one, you are built to serve and you want to help. That if you're not happy, it's because you're not serving. And then two, to figure out whom to serve and how. But your purpose comes from your pain. And that's your why. That will never get old. You'll never get tired of it. You'll be 180 years old because we're going to live that long. And as long as you can still think clearly, you will still love helping people who currently are who you used to be. It's not that hard to figure out. It's just a matter of having the courage to go back and dive into those painful moments instead of trying to ignore them and move past them, to use them, to leverage them, to understand that they were there to serve you, and then to have the courage to do something about them, to stand up, to show up to the world and say, I'm here to help, I'm here to serve. Now I've got a really special bonus cup that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I wanna know, what was your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action for the next week? When you watch a video and just get motivated, the sign says you have a 35% chance of actually doing something. And that's terrible. I want you to get to a greater number. When you actually create a plan, you get motivated, you have a plan, you have a 91% chance of following through. And when you have a plan, you get motivated to plan and you commit to somebody else, you have a 95% chance of following through. So I want to celebrate you. I want to know your single biggest takeaway, and write down in the comments below your plan of action for the next week so you can follow through and we can celebrate with you too. Also, if you want to have more self-love and self-belief, check out my 254 series. The sign says it can take up to 254 days of consecutive action to build a habit. So if you want to build your self-belief, I've designed a free program where I will send you a video every day for free. The link to join is in the description below.
Being a really, really good listener is one of the most underrated secrets to success.
I wanted to be really successful, but not just to like get shoes. I knew I wanted to make money because I wanted to make a difference.
When I was bartending, I was fully bartending. Like I wasn't talking to myself about, oh my God, I should be dancing right now, or I should be working on my coaching practice.
Every pursuit, no matter how glamorous it may seem, no matter how exciting it feels to you, no matter how much you feel like you were born to do it, comes with a sandwich. And so the question is not, what do I love? The question is, what do I love so much that I don't mind eating the sandwich that comes along with that thing? So for me in my life, writing is the thing that I love. And the sandwich was the 7 years that I was not getting published, and that I was coming home from my job as a diner waitress, as a bartender, as an au pair, as somebody who worked in flea markets, as a cook. And I was coming home tired and smelling like other people's French fries, and sitting down and doing my real job, which was to write, and then to go to the mailbox the next day and get another rejection letter, and then say, do I still want to do this? Because this sandwich sucks. Like,
am I ready to take another bite?
You know, and I did still want to do it. And now, even as somebody who makes their living as a writer, there's no end to the sandwiches. It's like, oh, hello, horrible review in prominent newspaper. That's your sandwich today, Liz. You still want to do this work?
Yep.
Yeah, I still do. Still worth it. Like, hello, awful comment on social media from somebody who thinks you're a pile of dog, you know, and just has like chosen every possible way that they cannot get it out of their system fast enough, how much disregard they have for your entire life. Yep. Still want to do this thing? Yeah, I still want to do it. You know, so that's the question, because if the first time you encounter a sandwich, you're like, well, this isn't worth it, then that's not the thing you're supposed to be doing.
Yes.
And there are plenty of things in life that I have run into the sandwich and I've been like, so not worth it. So not worth it. Like, this is not, I don't want to do this. Like, whatever the alleged benefits of this thing might be, no.
I'm not down for this.
Soul Cycle, no. You know, like, I know it's probably really good for me, but I feel like throwing up right now because this is too hard.
I'm out.
You'll not be seeing me here again. You know, like, and I love my sisters at Soul Cycle. I just don't like feeling like I'm going to throw up when I exercise. So it's not for me, you know? And so that's the question. So if you go into this thing thinking, if I follow my bliss and I live my dream and I stand in my truth, then everything will be great. It doesn't mean everything will be great. It just means at the end of the day, when you check in with yourself and you go, in the end, on the balance, is this still better than not doing it? And the answer is still, yeah, this thing is still better than not doing it, then you're on the right path.
If you want to see my recent one-on-one with Marie, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Modern entrepreneurship can be for everyone. All of us are immersed in a culture that has taught us that nonstop work is the most valuable thing.